A happy Eid al-Kabir to you. Officially, it's tomorrow. It's going to be a big day from Monday up until, Friday up until Monday. So it's going to be all about celebration. And the president has actually told us to use this opportunity to introspect and pray for the unity of the nation while we celebrate together. Now, as it stands, some of the issues I would love us to look into today are they're very in interest, but we'll touch a little bit on them. You know that today is a very special day, isn't it? Obviously, you know today is a very special day. So let me start off with Dangote. So, for example, as it stands with the particular policies of the administration, Dangote actually gave his encomium to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said, everyone will run to Aso Rock to thank you by the time your policies start yielding rewards. Now, the president has always disclosed that his policies are not short term. There's something that we should expect to see the plausibility in long term. But as it stands, because of the previous administration, what Nigerians went through with former President Muhammadu Buhari, that patience isn't there, and they just think that the policies are not resonating, it's not reflecting, they're not seeing the plausible effect. Now, some of them are even worried by saying that, will the president want a lot of persons to pass away? Will persons have to sacrifice their lives before this treasure policies begin to take effect? Well, as it stands, you know that the president went to commission the Aliko Dangote project along the deep sea port axis, and Dangote said that he hailed President Tinubu's economic policies and programs initiated by him. He said the policies are decisive and reassuring as they have reignited hope for a better future for Nigeria. And this statement was made today in Lagos during the commissioning of the access road to the Lekki deep sea port. According to him, the policies of the current government, including the removal of fuel subsidy, tax reform, and the Nigeria First policy, amongst others, would all yield great benefits. Dangote submitted that by the time Nigeria starts reaping the benefits of the economic policies introduced by Tinubu's government, everyone would want to rush to Aso Rock to appreciate the president. So, well, we're going to be looking into that as well. And also, another thing we're going to consider is insecurity. So, as it stands at this very particular moment, kidnappers killed 2 policemen, abducted a Chinese, Nigerian as well, in Kwara State. And just yesterday, we heard that this terrorist group, Mahmouda, killed about 3 persons in Kwara State. So, it's becoming more consistent and is a dangerous scenario if we are not careful, especially the Nigerian military, if they are not careful. I would like us to take a very brief listen to the Chief of Army Staff while he was addressing, some particular persons at a particular conference, where he said that the reason why Boko Haram held sway and became what it is today is because they were protected. The Chief of Army Staff said Nigerians protected these elements, these individuals, and that is why they have grown the tentacles. People are providing them information, and that he doesn't even understand why Nigerians like, bad news, why they glorify bad news, why they like to exacerbate or circulate bad news. Would you be happy if your country is uncomfortable? Would you be happy if your country is destabilized, as we're all in the situation? If anything happens to the nation, we're the ones that are going to bear the brunt, okay? So, well, let's take a listen to him, and then furthermore, we'll discuss as well further into the situation with insecurity and the Nigerian military's attitude towards it.
We seem to also be buying into all this falsehood. Sometimes I imagine when you see people celebrating when they are failures, it's only someone who doesn't really know what's going on that want to believe or want to pray for his country to fail. Forgetting the fact that if your country fails, which means you have equally failed. And if your security forces fail, especially your armed forces, I don't know which country you will have to stand with. First and foremost, we must look at ourselves as Nigerians. And nobody will change Nigeria if not Nigerians. If you sit down to think that any other person will come from somewhere and liberate your country, then you should think twice. So that is why it's very important for the citizens, renewed agenda citizens. Citizens make up the country, and it is citizens that will uplift the country to where they want it to be. If we do not do that, then the country will continue to fail. But this country will not fail, because God has blessed this country. If you remember some years back, some countries have predicted that 2015 Nigeria was going to pack up. This is 2025, 10 years later, we're still standing strong and still moving forward. We will continue to shame all those that don't mean us well. I'm standing here today because I have the privilege of being born in Nigeria. I had the privilege of attending my primary secondary school in Nigeria. I went to Nigerian Defense Academy. Vice Admiral Gambo were the ones that brought us up at the academy. When we graduated from MBA, we met generals like Lieutenant General Buratai. My first contact with him was when he was commandant of the Nigerian Army School of Infantry, then as a brigadier general, and I was a colonel. Gradually, he became the chief of army staff and developed and expanded the Nigerian Armed Forces because of commitments. I think people don't really understand that the military is a family. And our family transcends just friendship. It goes down to family line. And we find that mostly we know our families, we know our children, we know our parents. That is how we grew up. And so mentorship in the military is unique because it's continuous. Every one of the retired personnel that here has played major roles in our lives, me particularly. Just support your government, because without your support, it's not possible. National security, citizenship, everybody has a role to play. It is when we come together to uphold this that this country will thrive, not allowing the enemy to bring into gaps between us. Boko Haram started because we protected them. They started as a small group, and if it had been nipped in the bud, we probably wouldn't have gotten to where we are today. The Lakrawas came in, we brought them in, and we said they are our friends and their families until they started attacking us. The message here is, when you grow a monster, he grows beyond you and wants to take more from you. So we must learn to say no to monsters. Any evil one that means by planning any evil against this country must never ever be supported, because it is the silence of the majority that gives them that opportunity to grow to who they become. The people must be part of the solution. I always want to remind people that the citizens, that the terrorists survive within the communities. If we allow them, they will thrive. If we disallow them, they will never survive. First and Second World War was very clear. When citizens stood up against the enemy, they didn't give them food, they didn't give them fuel, because sometimes you sit down and think, 16 years we've been fighting Boko Haram, how have they been surviving? Who has been funding them? These are questions we should ask ourselves. Where are they getting the fuel they're getting? They're getting from us. We have commercial drivers that will go and take full tank, go out, go and siphon fuel and give them. Sometimes they have pre-arranged locations. They siphon fuel in jerrycans, dig holes and drop in and phone them and tell them where they fuel. These are the people that keep them going. So why are we doing this to ourselves? What is the motive? Are you going to be happy if your country fails? You want to be a refugee or an IDP somewhere else? Those are questions we must be able to ask and answer.
So that was the Chief of Defense Staff speaking there. And recall I told you that he said that we actually need to secure our fences. That is our borders, rather. We need to secure our borders. Our fences need to be higher. And that's basically where these elements are trooping in. They are coming in. And it is imperative that we protect our territory. So you guys, there is something that is quite mysterious. So today, Nyesom Wike had to make some clarifications concerning what is going on about the president's administration, but that there are claims that there are cabals controlling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he disputed all of those infanciful thoughts. He said that they are not true, that the president has his mental acuity and nobody is controlling the president or telling the president what to do. Now, as of yesterday, or day before yesterday, some people were asking the president to be very careful with news on Wiki. They believe that at some point, all right, in this their political friendship or romance, that Wiki, just like he did to Amechi, just like he did to Peter Odili, that he may do the same thing to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They feel that whenever his interest is not properly served, that Wiki starts acting very funny. So how did this particular conversation come up? So it's because of what is going on between US President Donald Trump and tech billionaire Elon Musk. They seem to be at a breaking point. So Trump is speaking of his surprise and disappointment in Musk during an Oval Office meeting with the German Chancellor over his criticism of signature legislation. So Musk hit back on his social media platform X that Trump would have lost the election without him posting such ingratitude. If you remember, there was a time that Nyesom Wike held a presidential, or rather, he held a media chat before this recent one where he talked about peace and football and everything. In that media chat, Nyesom Wike said, President, like he's a president god or something, like we made the president. He made an assertion like that, like we were the ones who were behind to ensure that we worked for the president to win. You know, so he insinuated that kind of comment during that particular media chat with journalists. So when the spat happened between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, if you remember, Musk and Donald Trump were very close. They made him to become the one in charge of Department of Government Efficiency, where they're able to cut a lot of unnecessary spending and all that. They were very close. Most times you will see Trump's son in the Oval Office. In fact, people were like, wow. And then now Elon Musk has come out to say that he was the one that enabled the winning of Trump. Now, there were speculations that obviously all of this was planned. The whole buying of X and buying Twitter from former owner Jack Dorsey, owning X, setting up some boundaries and all whatnot, or actually making X to be a very open and vocal platform where he was like, you the citizens will now be the journalist. That means the media will not force down information on us, and there'll be restrictions. No more restrictions. You will be the ones to give out the information, and trust me, that system worked. That strategy worked. So it was shocking to see the spat that Trump and Elon Musk are having, and it's obvious, like it's on social. He said it out there, you know him. So I want us to listen to Trump. Some persons are happy that this is actually happening to Donald Trump because of the kind of leverage and power and freedom that he gave to Elon Musk. You know, at some point people were even wondering if Elon Musk was a president. You remember the recent conversation he had with South African president, right? Do you know that it was because of Musk that conversation was had, because Musk is a South African? This is quite funny, but it's a relation. It came up because people were like, the same thing could happen between Winston Wike and the president. Let's quickly take a brief listen to Trump.
Look, you know, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, the words of, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer, said the best things. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape, he said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
So, sorry, pardon me, please, for laughing, because it's too soon. Why? It's too soon. So the reason why I'm laughing is that a lot of people feel that the same thing could happen between Winston Wike and the president, and I'm wondering why. The thing that the president gave Wike a lot of power, but a couple of people feel that's not true. The president looks like somebody who doesn't know what is happening, but he can be very decisive and astute when he wants to be. So they're saying that the president will not allow Wike have that kind of leverage over him. that most times we're just making permutations, but that's not what it is. I would like to know your thoughts on this actually, because my analyst will have to give me his own mind how they're already having a spat this public. I'm sure some Americans may be happy about this because we're not happy with the relationship that Trump had, with Elon Musk, and it's almost like the same thing the president and Nyesom Wike has. They feel that Nyesom Wike will betray the president at some point in this political journey, especially that one thing that Wike wants. If the president is not able to grant him that they could have this kind of public breakdown. But hey, Wike so far and the president are in good terms, and Wike is praising the president's policies and saying that there is no cabal within the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is fully in charge of his government, and there is nobody pulling the strings behind. Okay, so that's very good. Now we're going to look at another situation with INEC. Now, it's been taking INEC decades to decide based on the Supreme Court ruling about who is the chairman of the Labour Party. And Kenneth Okonkwo, trust me, had a lot to divulge about it. He made a couple of assertions and allegations that it's possible, very, very possible, that INEC and the APC are in cahoots. That why is it taking INEC this long to decide when the Supreme Court had already given its ruling, what exactly is INEC's excuse? And there are talks that possibly Mahmoud Yakub could actually serve prison terms because he is not obeying court order. So let's just take a listen to Kenneth Okonkwo here, and then obviously I'll introduce my analyst this evening.
What they would do with Labour Party, because their intention is to frustrate all the opposition parties, to bring opposition parties to disarray so that they will not form a viable platform to oppose APC that is now their paymaster. They know that the Supreme Court has given a judgment. First of all, the judgment of the Supreme Court is final and it's not supposed to last more than 24 hours before it's obeyed. And look at an organization that is paid by the taxpayers of Nigeria, spending months, and yet has not come out categorically clear to make a statement as to who is the leader of Labour Party. Professor Yakub is the worst thing that can happen to any country in terms of electoral management, in terms of managing the electoral body. Just look at that, the judgment of the Supreme Court. A professor is telling you he does not understand what it means. With all the lawyers that are being paid, you don't understand that the Supreme Court said that the judgment of the lower court that recognized Abure as the leader of Labour Party is hereby set aside. You don't understand it? What is confusing about it? You don't understand the fact that when you rejected Abure, Abure went to court and used the court to force you to recognize him. And even in your portal, you said Abure is the national chairman of Labour Party by order of court. And court is now removing such tag from its head. And you're saying you don't understand. The court said, no, you cannot use the court to force yourself on Labour Party. That's what the court said. And you're saying you don't understand it? No, you do. But your incompetence and the corruption going on in INEC will stop people from doing the right thing. What you're doing is that you want to make all the opposition parties to be in disarray, to pave way for a smooth run for APC in 2027. And let me say this. This is not to exonerate the opposition parties from blame, because you cannot bring ant-infested wood into your house and not expect lizards to pay you a visit. So all these lizards from INEC, they are paying the opposition parties visits because they brought in ant-infested woods into their house. You have to put your house in order. Can you imagine Abure and his thugs doing everything against the law, and then the other members just looking at them? In Labour Party, there are no elected members at the ward level, at the local government level, at the state level, at the national level. Abure appointed all of them. In Nigeria, have you people been invited for any congress in Labour Party since you started working in New Central? You can contradict me if I'm telling a lie. What kind of party is that? So a party deserves the kind of leadership that it is looking for. So in 2023, Labour Party was available and the vehicle was used, and God blessed them with such a wave. But you see, only good character can sustain any of such wave. It has been blown into smithereens. So I want to tell you that INEC is playing the script of APC. Simple. Because the judgment of Supreme Court is very clear. How can somebody go to High Court, win a case, and you, the INEC, called him back based on the order of court and he stated it, went to Court of Appeal, won the case, and Supreme Court gave a contrary judgment, and you still say you are thinking? That's a shame. They are not thinking, they are corrupt. It's as simple as that. They are living in disobedience to the rule of law, disobedience to the Supreme Court judgment. They should be tried for contempt of court. That's what INEC should be tried for. But the judgment is very clear. Senator Nenad Usman was the appellant, and Supreme Court gave her judgment, saying your appeal is meritorious, and you're saying you don't understand it. Abure had a cross appeal, and the Supreme Court said it is unmeritorious, and you're saying you don't understand it. What don't you understand? No, they do. They simply are waiting for APC to tell them what to do, because INEC under Yakubu has become a department in APC. That's why Nigerians must rise up if they want their will to be established in Nigeria. They must enforce their will, because election is the expression of the sovereignty of the people. The sovereignty of the people, their will is expressed through elections.
How are you?
Esther,
Sir, good evening.
how are you?
I'm fine.
The weather is cool.
Very, very good.
And it has caught up with you. You have cold, have you?
Yes,
No.
actually, but the weather is good, for the equipment in the studio. Residents, how are you?
I'm okay. Oh. I'm okay.
So, first of all, what's your reaction with what the Chief of Defense Staff said that we are the ones, that enabled Boko Haram?
Esther, when you were saying that, I was shaking my head with anger.
Sorry. Hello, go ahead.
I said, when that man was talking, I was
Okay.
shaking my head with anger.
Okay.
I mean, serious anger.
Okay.
Look at the way he was saying it. A military chief. Look at what he's saying. He started telling us his success, how he became, he read primary and secondary school. Is that what he's supposed to be doing? Who is protecting who, Esther? You can see. Do you see why I get angry with these people? That is why when we come out here, we used to be blunt with them because tomorrow they will forget what they did. Esther, for how many years now, they gave Nigerian leadership names of those who sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. This defense chief did not see, he didn't hear, he didn't talk. Why can't you say, Mr. President, at least make effort on your own instead of blaming everybody? Look at how he generalized. We are protecting the Sioux. So, as I am now, I am protecting the Boko Haram Abi. Because he made a general statement just to cover their incompetence. Is that man not supposed to call out those who are behind the so-called protection of Boko Haram? If he's serious about himself. Look at how he said Nigeria. Who are the Nigerians? These same Nigerians that are running and hiding from Boko Haram, they are the one protecting them, Abi. It's a shame. I've told you here, we don't have a military again. We used to have one before. Now, they have now become politicians. Look at how the man was talking. Very, very cleverly. He was trying to blame ordinary Nigerians that are dying under the jackboot of Boko Haram instead of blaming the authorities. I will forever respect that other man that died in helicopter
The former army chief.
that Bafarawa. A very blunt human being who wanted to do the job. Somehow he died mysteriously.
He didn't die mysteriously. It was a helicopter crash.
Are you serious? What did the probe come out with? Esther, what did the probe come out with? Can you tell me? You remember what that man said at the National Assembly when they invited him? I remember what he did. The few months he was there. And this one now is speaking grammar. You are protecting this and that. If we fail, look at. Just trying to gaslight everybody as if they don't know what they are doing. Can he swear that he wants this thing to end tomorrow? The way he was talking. Nigerians are protecting Boko. Can you just imagine? So the list they gave you about those sponsoring terrorism, Nigerians are holding it, Abi. Nigerians are holding it. They supply them fuel. They supply them. You don't know all these things, Abi. You don't know. You don't know who is behind all these things. Are you serious? So those people that are occupying people's villages in Benue and Plateau, you don't know where they come from. Why not go and drive them away and let us see when the leadership of the country will tell you, no, don't do that or don't do that. You will now have an excuse. You can see what we are saying. I said we no longer have a military. I'm telling you, the one we have here, they are now politicians to the core. They are no longer doing the actual job of a military. Look at what every time they will come and be talking. Whenever they have opportunity of talking, they will just be speaking, talking as if they are serious about what they are doing. They are not even ashamed that up till now, ragtag terrorists are disturbing Nigeria. And they be speaking grammar. This and that. All the information we have been giving them so far, what did they do with it? Esther, you mean Nigerians have not been supplying information to both DSS, police, army, and all the... They have not been talking, Abi. You were here when Benue people will tell these people that, look, these people are coming, they are here. They say they will look the other side. Why they be killing them? This defense chief, he's not aware of these things, Abi. He doesn't know about these things. Are you serious? Okay, I should listen to him. Look at why you were talking, we were clapping. the higher rented crowd that will be clapping for them every time they want to
How do you know it's rented, Barrister Darlington? How do you know it's a rented
If they are
crowd?
not rented, how can any reasonable person be clapping for such infamous
Nigerians are
people?
used to doing that.
Used
They
to
always
what?
clap whenever
No,
there
they are
events.
rented crowd. They are rented crowd. That's why whenever Tinubu want to travel, he collect all of them, so that even if he come, they will clap.
Barrister Darlington,
Everything he does, they will clap.
what?
Why is it? That's why he rent them. Whenever he's go and check. He needed people to be cheering him for whatever he does. That will tell you how a leader has failed. Look at the military. Look at, I said it here that one day, somebody will be, in fact, the conscience will prick him so much that he will tell us the true story of this thing that is happening in Nigeria. They don't know, Abi. Meanwhile, they were part of the people that sat down and planned this evil. They gave you a list of people destroy your country. You sat on it. Then every day you be preaching, you be talking, you be making noise as if you want to solve the problem. Meanwhile, you are sitting on the problem or you are sitting on it. Esther, how can people be so deceitful? Very, very deceitful. I will never praise this military for war. I will never. Because all of them are in cahoots with what's going on. They know. You can't tell me otherwise. What are you telling me? You cannot tell me otherwise because we have heard stories. Even the military boys, some of them are leaving the army because of the command they are giving them and what is going on there. Esther, have we not played it here? When some boys in the military have to voice out what is going on. Is that not true? So who were behind all those things? Esther, who were behind all those? Even their own money, their allowance, it doesn't get to them. And you are telling me if Nigeria failed. Has it not failed already? Has it not failed already? So if military chiefs in other countries come and call for a meeting now, you people will go, Abi. You people will go with what is going on in your country. You people will attend the meeting. And what will you tell them? You are fighting insecurity. Are you serious? Insecurity that you created. You created to make money. You are telling me you are fighting insecurity. Look at what he said about Luka. That they saw them, they came in, they invited them as their brothers. And can you imagine? You invited the terrorists as your brother, Abi? No, you invited the terrorists as your brother. So Nigeria has become a place where you just walk in because you want to come and shake hands with your brother, Abi. Before you know it, the shaking of hand turned to shaking of gun. Look at, he said it himself that he invited them. They invited them as their brother. Really? Why must it be you people inviting all these people? Why must it be you people? Why must it be you people? And you are telling me there's no sentiment here. You brought these things into our country here, and you are now trying to run away from the problem you created. Thank God, when I told that you are invited, you think I'm joking. You said it now. A military chief is saying it. You don't know who is a criminal and who is an innocent person coming to your country. You don't know. You can't profile them. You said you call as their brother. You invited the terrorists as your brother. You don't know what you are coming to do. Please, this type of thing, I don't want to hear it. Let them continue. I know that one day, Esther, I have told you, evil can never last forever.
Obviously, that's the truth.
One day they will get tired of what they are doing to themselves. Is it not here? One day they will definitely get tired. Somebody will say, no, enough is enough. Evil can never last forever. You see this thing they are doing, thinking that they are cheating Nigeria. No, by the time it will hit them and their children and their family, they will start leaving this country because of what they have done to themselves.
All right, Barrister Darlington, because we have quite a lot that I wanted to talk about. So let's look at the situation with INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakub. You heard what Kenneth Okonkwo said about him, right? Now, the national chairman INEC has been urged to obey subsisting ruling of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Abuja. Now, Chief Edozie Njoku, the national chairman of the National Rescue Movement, well, he is the elected national chairman of the party, and he made a call today. Njoku wondered why, for over 5 months after the party's emergency convention, which was held in Abuja, which produced a current national working committee, INEC, led by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, is yet to recognize or relate with him in that capacity. So, The electoral body's excuse, that is INEC, is that they did not monitor the election. And meanwhile, the court trashed that by saying that that's not true because INEC was invited to monitor that election. So the reason why INEC has refused to recognize Njoku as the chairman of the National Rescue Movement and their executive team is because, according to them, they did not monitor that election. So Njoku, while speaking with reporters at the premises of the Federal High Court in Asokoro, where the case was filed by the members of the party against his emergence, obviously that of INEC, whatever, was thrown out. According to him, he said the said convention was organized to correct the lopsidedness and lack of federal character in the National Executive Committee of the party in compliance with the Electoral Act. He said that INEC's refusal to monitor the exercise, the party then reapproached the court and secured a favorable judgment that validated the outcome of the convention. So despite the fact that INEC was not part of that convention, they went to the court and the court gave them a favorable, order saying that, despite INEC not monitoring it, this convention can be asserted to be legal and true. Njoku stressed that the court in the judgment that was delivered by Justice Obiora Egwatu held that INEC's failure to monitor the National Rescue Movement's convention amounted to a refusal to discharge its constitutional duty contrary to extant provisions of the Electoral Act, and that Justice James Omotosho of the same court had in another judgment held that a political party was only expected to give notice of its convention to INEC, and it behoves of INEC to be part of that convention. He said the court held that it was not at the discretion of the electoral body to attend the convention it was invited to or not. Besides, he noted that neither INEC nor any dissatisfied member of the party appealed against the High Court judgment. So in other words, why has it taken the Mahmoud Yakub 90 days period, which is allowed after the appeal, to actually consider and possibly recognize him? That it has taken 5 months for INEC to recognize him as a chairman, and that is delaying a couple of processes that the party wants to go through. The reason why I'm reading this out is the same thing with Labour Party. So, for example, the CTC court judgment, that has been presented. You heard what's his name, Kenneth Okonkwo, is saying that why is it taking INEC this long to ascertain what that CTC judgment is? Something that is very clear, and he's also indicating that INEC is being twisted and controlled by the APC. Do you think it's just some technical issues? Maybe there's a technical issue that is taking INEC so long, or their preparation for the upcoming elections in Anambra State that is taking them so long to look at that CTC judgment and decide what they need to decide?
There is nothing to say about that judgment. There is nothing to add or remove. The judgment is very clear, unambiguous. All this, look at it this way, Esther. National Rescue Movement invited INEC for their convention. They refused to honor it. They refused to honor it, and the court validated that convention.
Okay.
Good. But after all they did, INEC now refused to recognize all the officials elected in that convention. Now, juxtapose it with what Abure did at Nnewi when he gathered his loyalists for a sham election, that INEC was not invited. INEC was not invited at that Nnewi. Yet, what's his name? INEC now recognized Abure and the outcome of that election.
Yeah.
Look at the contradiction. Look at the contradiction. And you are telling me that this INEC chairman will not go to jail after his tenure?
Oh, remember, he's also in contempt of not producing. He's also in contempt of not producing the electoral offenders, that is INEC workers, during the 2023 elections that were involved in electoral malfeasance.
Of course.
The court has actually told him to present those individuals in court for their trial, but we've not had any response, and the court has told him he's liable to go to prison if he doesn't respect it.
Do you see how some people are destroying this democracy? Because INEC chairman cannot be acting in this manner.
But he's not the only person there. You know that former DSS boss Bichi on several occasions went RE to court orders. Most of these men or persons who are in serving capacity usually don't obey court orders.
Now, who is the Oga? Who is the commander-in-chief?
What has your
That's
commander-in-chief got to do with this?
Esther, let me tell you.
They are independent arms. The judiciary is independent. The executive is here. Judiciary is here. Legislative is here.
No. Implementing court order is the responsibility of the executive through his agencies. Is that not true? Yeah. So why are you asking me now what concerns the executive here? Who is the leader of the executive? Is it not Tinubu? I am coming. When the same thing happened under Obasanjo regime, and what's that man at Anambra, Anjoba, the Supreme Court ruled that he did not win that election in Anambra, but Obasanjo gave him power to stay put. He remained there. Immediately, Yaradua won the election and was sworn in. Esther, what was the first thing Yaradua did? He told Andoba to leave that government house within 24 hours. That P2B should go and take over according to the court ruling. Is that not what happened in this country? You are asking me what is the responsibility of the executive?
No, I didn't ask what's the responsibility. I just said they're not independent.
I just told you the difference now. Which independent? The court have done their job. It is left for you now to do your own. That's what I've told you here now. They are independent, but when it comes to responsibility, you don't encroach on order. What this executive have done now, they have hijacked Supreme Court ruling. The same thing they did in Rivers State. The court gave a ruling and said, look, go and do X, Y, Z. And the governor started implementing all those things. Instead of Tinubu to allow this and even help the process to logical conclusion, he hijacked the ruling. He hijacked it and imposed his own state of emergency on Supreme Court ruling. Esther, how infamous can somebody be, for God's sake? Look at all the atrocities that these people have committed against our democracy, against our laws and our constitution. I mean, atrocity of the highest order. Look at, and nobody is talking, nobody is saying anything. Can Nigeria move forward with all this nonsense they are telling you about future progress or future paradise? Can Nigeria make progress in disobedience of rule of law and court order? Can Nigeria make progress in insecurity, in infamy, in fraud, in deceit? Esther, can that be something like that? You are destroying democracy and you are telling me you want to bring paradise to me, to Nigerians. How can that happen? Unfortunately, Nigeria don't even know what is going on. That is where it pains me. They don't know what is happening. What they are using this INEC chairman to do to our democracy, they don't understand. I'm telling you. Look at how people are saying the policy will bring fruit. The policy will do. They left the main issue. The thing that will bring progress in Nigeria, they left it and they are talking about progress. Progress that is just like a mirage. A mirage. You are banking on a mirage for progress. How can that happen? A coastal road of 750 kilometers, you go to commission and people are praising you. When you just did 30 kilometers, 30 out of 750, and people are celebrating it, Esther. What does that tell you? Deceit of the highest order. Everything these people have done in office is all about vainglory, ego. I'm the one that did it. Let it be in my name. Let it be. Meanwhile, nothing. They just say it so that people will be praising them for for something that is not there.
So you're saying the 30-kilometer coastal highway is not something to celebrate?
What are you celebrate? What?
In the span of 2 years, you don't consider it an achievement, a very beautiful edifice. Have you gone to see that route?
Please leave that thing. Leave that
and
thing.
that work has commenced in there full on.
Please listen.
Some persons will say you just don't like anything about the administration, that you always condemn anything the president does.
Esther, do you know that the east-west road is more important to the people of that area than this coastal road? Are you aware? The east-west road, if Tinubu complete it, it will double whatever he want to do with this coastal road. Quote me. That east-west road, if Tinubu complete it, what is wrong? Hold on, what is wrong? Why do you want to embark on so that it will be in your name? Meanwhile, there are more important roads that you can construct and reconstruct. You left it. You started something that had to start from the frontage of your what is it called, Atlantic City. A city he created for himself. He had to start from there. And you are telling me what? What are you saying?
But the other end from Calabar, they've also begun. They're working there too.
Are
They're
you
beginning
serious?
work there, yeah.
Esther, 750 kilometers of road. When do you think this thing will finish?
Remember, his policies are not just for now. It's long term.
Yes, his son will complete it, Abi.
Who says his son?
No, his son now. So that, yes, that's why he's showing him the ropes. Yes, he knows the rudiments of governance. His son will complete it now. Yes, 750 kilometers of road. How long have you taken the federal government, this Lagos-Ibadan Express Road? How long did it take? I am talking of existing roads that will serve 10 times the same purpose.
President Felix Morka, the APC's PR spokesperson, said that the policies of the administration, he cannot give it a duration or a time frame.
Can you imagine?
But he believes that the policies actually have a futuristic effect for our children yet unborn to enjoy the economy and governance. Why are you not seeing the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway as one of those projects that has a future generation prospects for economic viability?
If you want to cook a pot of soup for me, and I have to close my bank account, please don't cook that soup for me. Don't. Did you hear what I said? If you have to come back, Esther, if you see thousands of Nigerians that died in this kidnappers den, your mouth will remain agape. Thousands that nobody had their name, they just wasted like that. Is that not true? In the midst of this insecurity, somebody is promising you paradise. How can that be, Esther? Please be sincere to yourself. How can that? That's what I'm asking. Is Nigerian, this spell they cast on you people, is it that deep that nobody will say, no, this is not our culture. We can't go further than this. Everybody is running for 2027. They run to APC, Tinubu policy. What are the policy? Esther, you mean a policy that have, look at what tomorrow is, it has no duration. Esther, you are going on a journey that you don't know when you will come back. You don't know when you get there. Is that a journey in this age and time, in this modern age? There should be a timeline for everything you are doing, because money will be allocated for it. So Nigerians are going to spend all their resources on Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, Abi. All our money will go there. At the end of the day, what will happen? When they finish the road, everybody will go along that road and be picking money. They say it's 30 billion, I'll be 30 trillion. Everybody, yes. That is what you are going to receive from that road. And you and I know that this is a pure lies. Lies of the highest order. By the time they will leave office, all the money and everything will be gone. We will now realize that the money voted for that place is in people's private pockets. That's why they don't want any accountability there. The man, a whole minister, is telling you that such a project, a construction company took it up on pro bonus without asking for money.
Are you saying that the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project is not a necessary project?
Esther, for now, you see what? Look. I did economics, at least up to advanced level. There's what we call scale of preference. Esther, there is something we call scale of preference. This government doesn't know it. They don't know what Nigerians in. That's why they are up and down doing whatever. That's what happened with the confused leadership. Scale of preference. Please, Esther, that road and insecurity that is bedeviling Nigeria, which one is more important? Tell me. Which one is more important? You can see now. Is it not human beings that will use that road? If there are no more human beings, by the time you finish your tenure, what happens? With the spate of killings in Nigeria today, that nobody bothers, nobody cares. You can see that even the heavens are angry with Nigeria. Because if you look at that flood in Niger, it's not ordinary. Esther, that flood is not ordinary. It's not ordinary. I told the people here that God, you see, whatever you are, God will get angry at a point and do something that you people will not even believe that he did it. This natural disaster that Nigerians is alien to Nigeria. Look at how it has come into Nigeria now. And you think it's ordinary, Abi? That is how heavens display their anger against people that are so wicked to themselves. The blood of innocent people that we are wasted are crying for revenge, and you people don't see it. Eh? You think that is ordinary? When did the Niger State become such a swampy area that every time rain will fall and be carrying away people and all that? When? No dam broke. Dam did not break. So how did that kind of flood cause such a damage to lives and property? And you tell me it's ordinary? Eh? No, tell me. Is there any way these killings will just go unpunished? Is it possible? Esther, do you think that there is a time the killings and the slaughtering of human beings that are happening in Nigeria will just go like that without the heavens calling for vengeance? Is it possible? When it happens now, nobody will remember what we did yesterday to ourselves. Nobody will remember. There was a natural disaster. Are you serious? You think it happened for nothing, Abi? You think it happened for nothing? Eh? When some people were opposing Moses in the Bible, God opened the ground and swallowed all of them for opposing his prophet. Is that not what happened? You think natural disaster is for nothing? No, it's not. Go and check. Eh? That is a way of nature coming for vengeance. And you think you will not, all of them, Esther, just to mark my word, all of them, they will pay for what they did to Nigerians. The chief of defense staff is just talking to on his own. They will pay for what they did to this country. Each one of them. Eh? It's not as if this thing we just say, maybe we didn't know, or we don't. Deliberately, people start down to destroy Nigeria. And when we raise the issue here, some people, very ignorant people, they'll be talking anyhow because it has not gotten to their own turn. You are in Lagos here, you feel you are safe, you feel you are here, you are a special breed, Abi. When it gets here, Esther, what will they now say? Esther, is it when it gets here? Because the best form of defense is to do attack. Go and meet the enemy with that plan. Go and meet him in his own backyard, in front of his house. Go and meet him there. That is the only way to say. Don't wait for the enemy to carry the word to your doorstep. Oh. You may not survive it. I don't know how these people reason. You see something coming. Esther, we raised this alarm here, shouted that this thing is coming. No, they said it doesn't matter. In fact, they don't even want us to mention Fulani herdsmen name that time. When you guys say, how we told you they are Fulani herdsmen? Now they have come out boldly in the daytime, threatening everybody, issuing statements, giving condition for peace. Imagine terrorists giving up condition for peace in this country. Esther, you remember when they attacked Autumn, the governor of Benue State? Remember? This madman, they came out and said, yes, you are the one that did it. That the man is lucky. The guy who's supposed to pull the trigger, he pulled it late. Next time, they will be more accurate. Esther, this thing happened in this country. A governor. Nobody reprimanded, nobody called him, nobody said anything. This DSS that you are telling me now, they didn't arrest him. They did not say anything. One of them even went and threatened Oluremi to report it. I was waiting for somebody to call that man and say, come, who told you to make such a statement? Nobody. Tomorrow now, when the repercussion will come, we'll come here to discuss it. They don't know what they are doing, Abi. They don't know. Let them continue to pretend. Let them continue to pretend. One thing I'm very sure, if man does not avenge this evil, God will. God will definitely will, whether they like it or not. What are you telling me? Go and read history. It has never happened that people get away with their evil. It has never happened. It has never happened.
Pastor Darlington, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has stated that disinformation played a critical role
I heard it in the morning.
Fueling the Nigerian civil war.
Yes.
Warning that similar tactics are still being used by insurgent and violent groups across the country
Exactly
today.
what I was saying.
He made the remarks on Wednesday at the 6th edition of the annual Nigerian Civil War Symposium by the Army War College, Nigeria. He says the role of disinformation in the Nigerian Civil War. According to the former president, he said that topic is highly relevant, especially in an era of asymmetric warfare, where weaker forces often use propaganda and misinformation to destabilize stronger opponents.
Exactly.
So he says that the same strategy is being employed by, insurgents in the northeast and other violent groups in parts of Nigeria. He noted that tools such as propaganda, psychological warfare, false narratives remain effective weapons in asymmetric conflict and must be countered through informed public discourse and education. Barrister, yesterday I called you due to a particular situation that
somebody wrote a letter and all
yes,
that. Yes,
exactly.
I am happy. In fact, I wasn't happy when I was not in this studio. I was expecting that matter so that we can discuss this thing in detail. We educate ourselves and educate Nigerians. I was not happy. I'm telling you, that matter is not a matter for phone call. Because, Esther, look at it this way. Why would such a letter even come up? The lecturer that wrote that letter, you mean she's not educated to defend herself? Why must you cry more than the bereaved? You took up a tweet that somebody posted. Esther, look at the type of post a lecturer, an educated person should put up, because Davido say he married an Igbo lady. So I was expecting that lecturer to tell me what he meant or what she meant by that post. Were you not expecting reaction? If you say all your family will marry Yoruba people, fine. But you put it out there.
Is it bad for her to put it out there?
Good.
It's just like how Davido put out his thoughts there.
Esther,
is it bad that she put out her thoughts there?
The insinuation is very obvious.
Anybody can insinuate anything, but not to start insulting, castigating her or whatnot, and threatening her.
Esther, that's what Obasanjo is saying. If you want the unity of this country, you should not even have done that. You should have encouraged Davido and say, it's good though, so that there be unity in Nigeria. You married an Igbo lady, you people are having a
You're saying her comments is divisive.
It's very, in fact, the thing is, it's very dubious. She didn't do it. She didn't do it with a good motive. What are you saying? Okay, let her tell you that my family and myself, whenever I want to go and buy something in the market, we will buy from Yoruba people. Whenever I want to enter any bus, it must be a Yoruba bus owned by a Yoruba man and a Yoruba driver. Whenever I want to live in a house, it must be a house built by a Yoruba man. I mean, let her continue like that now, since you want to be clever.
Former President Obasanjo was in the front line of the Civil War. He was also part of those that made sure that the final stop in the East was actually surrendered to the federal government at the time under Gowon. So how come he just realized that lies caused it? Because if you remember Forsyth, one of the American journalists who followed the Biafran soldiers, he actually saw and witnessed all that happened. What was being transmitted from Lagos, that was not what the foot soldiers were doing. They did worse, yes. The order that was given is not what they were paid. They did more. They did terrible things. Former military administrator Babangida also made the same reference in his book, where orders were not carried out. The foot soldiers just went on a bloodbath and took over a lot of civilian territories, which obviously was spearheaded by propaganda and disinformation and all that. Now, we're having a situation where post the 2023 elections, or even before then, though, we've been seeing this disparity, but it has become more potent. And I remember asking yesterday, how do we resolve this?
It is from the
if Nigeria needs to move forward, if we need to move forward, you heard what the Chief of Defense Staff is saying. He's saying that we cannot be happy if the country is not stable. How can certain persons be expressing happiness if their country is unstable? And this is how it starts. So if Nigeria, as beautiful and peculiar as it is, has stayed united together for all this long, how would we allow different political ideologies and inclination divide the country further? It has become so personal that if you express yourself, if you make any opinion, it's tribalized. Somebody responds either with your tweet and say, oh, this person is from this region and that's why the person is speaking like this. And then you have aides who are also encouraging this. So, Barrister Darlington, how do we resolve this?
Esther,
It has gotten worse and it's not safe.
Esther, it takes two to tango. Esther, I have told Nigerians, I have told other ethnic groups, why not try to at least meet the Igbo man halfway? Nigeria will be a paradise. The way the Igbo man behave, his character, if other regions and other ethnic groups can imbibe it, Nigeria will be. We don't have time for all these things, Esther. I have said it several times, and I'm waiting for somebody to come and prove me wrong. We don't have time. It's not in our culture. Even this killing is not in our blood. We don't. Is that not a fact? Esther, please, who will you call a friend? Is it somebody who will argue with you on an issue?
President,
Or somebody who will carry gun and shoot you without even thinking? Please, who's your friend here? I've been saying this and I don't know why people are not listening. People who don't want to even sit down and talk about a problem and discuss it so that you will know where you are going. And people who just carry gun without even knowing the enemy, they just kill you without thinking. Please, who is provocative here? Tell me who. We left all these things and we are chasing shadows. We are chasing shadows. Esther, you saw what happened during the last election.
Yeah.
Yes. Please, let me ask you, did you hear or see any Igbo group in the Southeast react? With what they did to us here in Lagos? Did we react? I called Sanwo-Olu, Governor Sanwo-Olu, I said, probe that thing that happened from MC Oluomo and his fellow travel. Probe it so that there will not be a repeat.
MC Oluomo came out and apologized.
For what?
Said that he and Iyachukwu are friends.
Please leave that thing. What he did was worse than what he's saying. What do you apologize what? All the people that died in court, that they kept in the cooler. The Lagos Ibadan press buried the extent of damage they did to the Igbos here because of that election. They killed it.
We don't want to resurrect such sentiments.
Hold on.
Like I asked you a question, Barrister Darlington. How do we resolve this? Because what caused this woman's reaction to Davido was somebody wanted to make jest of him by saying that, oh, you are trying to publicly recognize the fact that you're from the southeast and all whatnot. The person made a derogatory comment in regards to that. And he responded by saying, I am Igbo by blood. Igbo runs in my blood. Now, again, some just listen. So this is the back and forth. This is how it has been happening. Some person spoke. You reply, and when you reply, it's your response that is taken out of context. So certain persons are stoking the polity, stoking the tension, and then when you respond to stoke it, now it's your response that is being taken. Nobody looks at what caused it. So my issue now is, how is this meant to be resolved? Because I remember that after the 2023 elections, where you had a Bayo Nanuga come out to make certain statements, this is where it became emboldened. Then obviously it now felt like a whole Peter Obi thing was like Igbo versus whatever, and there are real pressing issues. And that's why I asked you, at this point, we have coexisted for so long. Nigeria is a beautiful country. It's a unique country. I mean, it's not easy to have a country of more than 700 something ethnic groups coexist together in harmony and in unity with different cultural beliefs and practices and ideologies and even religion. So how come all of a sudden things have become this bad? And it's predominantly between the Igbos and the Yorubas. Why is that, and how do we resolve it? It's no longer about dredging up what happened in the past. We need to look for a way to move forward.
Esther, I keep asking you again, have the Igbos not moved on? When did you see us involved in these shenanigans? When? Please tell me. Do you see why I said that the Igbo man is the most peaceful, the most industrious and diligent ethnic group in Nigeria? I have said this severally, and nobody has come to say it's a lie. We don't have time for all this ethnic jingoism. We don't. It's not in our body. It's not in our culture. When I said this here, I was attempting someone to come and tell me any place where the Igbo man is going to go and dominate a particular ground and say it's my ground outside Igbo land. So you are talking how to resolve the issue. It is for these people who are doing this to emulate the character of the Igbo man. Who mind his business? Who mind his business? The Igbo man believes in what he can do with his hand and with his brain. If other people follow suit, Esther, will anybody kill anybody? Will anybody fight anybody? Why is it that they don't want to emulate the character of the Igbo man? Let them emulate him. This is a man who wherever he goes to, he wants to add value to that place. He wants to make progress in that place. He doesn't have time for all this nonsense. The people that are doing this, what are they doing it for? To make money. Esther, to make money. Like those people in a normal sense. If not that somebody wants to make money out of it, he now blew it up. How will that type of thing cause Igbo people? Let's assume they are the one that was even replying on
yes, there were threats. There were threats on her. It shouldn't get to that point.
Esther,
What I'm saying is you shouldn't get to that point.
I keep telling you, let us look at what we can see physically. If you take care of the penny, the pounds will take care of itself. Anything on social media, you cannot verify. You don't know who is tweeting from anywhere. They can use Igbo name and even insult Igbo people. And you think it's an Igbo man that is doing it. These things happen. Yes, I can recreate you with AI. And people will see you talking. They believe it's Esther that said it because everything about you is there. That is how dangerous this thing has become. Why do you people want to dwell on these things? The first thing you should ask, is it the character of these people? That's the first thing. You left the real issue here, like I keep saying. Look at the physical thing the physical enemy that you can see with your two eyes. Address that enemy. Leave the social media. The social media is not your problem. It can never be. The physical enemy is here. Address him. Address him. Why did you leave your own country, your own region, to come here to come and kill me and my family? Is that not a very good question to ask somebody? Is that not a narrative we should be talking about? You left all those things. You are chasing shadows all over the place. Tell me. You mean this thing I'm saying now is not worthy to be discussed? That people left wherever they come from, even outside Nigeria, they came, surrounded your own region, and they are killing you. Some people cannot go to farm today. Esther, true of us.
True, very
because true. Non-state actors that you won't know where they came from have taken over their farmland. And you dare not go to that farmland. If not, you will not come back. They saw all this in Esther. Is it Igbo man that caused it, Esther? Please tell me. Is it an Igbo man that caused all these things? Do you see why I'm very angry with these people? Is it an Igbo man that caused all this insecurity? Which is the main issue here in Nigeria today. I said, if you take care of the penny, the pounds will take care of itself. Solve the bigger problem. Solve the bigger problem that is before you, staring at you in your face. You left it and you want to use the Igbo man to cover your incompetence. What the hell?
Barrister Darlington, you're national radio. You need to control your emotions.
Hold on.
You need to control your emotions. We're discussing issues.
I am telling you the solution. I am bringing the solution.
Darlington,
you don't want to listen to me.
You calm down. I'm listening to you.
Hold on. The solution is that you meet me with the peaceful nature that I have.
Okay.
It takes two to tango. Since the Igbo man is known to be peaceful, he's known to man his business. He's known to be industrious and diligent. Why can't you copy that? And let me see how Nigeria will not move forward. Esther, please, is that not a solution? Tell me now, talk. But you now embrace people who are terrorists, carrying guns, killing people for nothing, no particular reason. Killing people all over the place. You left them. You are not talking about them. Every day you be looking for one small thing, one small minute thing. You blow it out of proportion. That the Igbos want to take over your land.
But it's not possible.
It's not possible. Oh, you are talking now.
If you look at the population, if you look at the population here, you definitely know it's not possible.
Oh, but look at how he blew it up now. Esther, look at how he blew it up. Look at what he said in that letter. Very, very provocative. Don't you think that he's driving at something? He wants to make money.
Who wants to make money?
By writing that letter. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? Somebody wake up and say, Igbos want to take over they want to do your culture. This Esther, is there any time the Igbos say, Lagos, don't do your culture, don't do whatever?
They are saying that they should stop calling Lagos no man's land.
Who's doing that?
That Lagos is not no man's land.
God, Esther, please, hold on.
That's what they always say.
Hold on, always.
That is
Esther,
wrong.
Listen, please, I don't want you to get me worked up now.
You're already worked up. I want you to speak.
The way you are talking, I don't like it. Is that you are in cahoot with them. Please,
in cahoot with who?
Please, Esther, was there any time in this Lagos that the Igbos gathered and held a meeting and say, from today, Lagos is the no man's land. Will not recognize.
They usually respond like that on social media. Some persons respond like that on social media.
And you are sure they are Igbos. You have started again. You have started again. And you are sure the people doing this are the Igbos.
Calm down.
Why not to look at how they behave physically? Maybe when you go to centers of business where the Igbos are in majority, go there and see whether they behave in such a manner. That is what I'm telling you. Leave social media alone. Anybody can use that to put the Igbo man in problem, and you are claiming that they are only respond. Are you sure that the Igbo that are responding in such a manner, Esther? Are you sure? Can you take that into court? Can you verify it? Look at what you can see physically. From Ladibos supermarket to Computer Village and all, go there. Esther, how many times have they closed down the Ladibos supermarket by the Lagos State government? Did the Igbos riot and say, no, we will not agree? They always obey what the government told them. We brought them here. They discussed about them, their leadership. They discussed how they obeyed, how they even paid the money that the Lagos State government asked them to pay. Is there any time the Igbos are fighting government in this Lagos, Esther? These are things you can verify physically. Every time you are referring me to, they always refer. Do you know who is on social media? Do you know who's talking from there?
All right, Barrister. So what is your solution?
My solution is that these people should stop and meet the Igbo man halfway in our peaceful nature. We have moved on. We have moved on since after the war. Even the 3R, we don't even want it again. Let them take it. We don't want it. Is that not what is going on with the Igbo man? Why are you people every time they will raise issues that are not there? You left the real issue and you are chasing the Igbo man up and down. Is it that happened during the last election, Esther? Did any of us react? Esther, did we react in any form or shape? Did we react? All the insults we have been receiving, did anybody respond from the Southeast? These are things that will tell you that, yeah, this is how these people behave. They don't have time for all these things. Instead of you to look at it that way, you are talking rubbish.
Barrister, so you heard what former President Olusegun Obasanjo said as to how the military can tackle this and the fact that it is imperative for us to not disinform, but we have proper communication. So what happened in the past does not happen again. For example, he said that the fratricidal conflict left an indelible mark on our nation's collective memory and continues to shape our identity. The war's complex causes, consequences, and lessons offer valuable insights for us all. Do you think what happened during that period that we have forgotten how it took us years back? Do you think that we have not learned lessons? Is the Nigerian military not applying some form of strategy to learn from what transpired at the time? I don't know if you understand where he's coming from.
Look, where he's coming from is what you already know. Some people believe that if there are no crisis, they will not eat. Everyone down about orina crisis. That is, they feed from crisis. That is when they become active. Whenever there is crisis, you see them, they will lash on it. These people are here with us now in Nigeria. That's why you are hearing all this propaganda right, left, and center. And nobody have the political will to call them to order. Esther, you can see. Even the federal government is an accomplice in this particular issue. They did what they're supposed to do, and they are looking the other side while Rome is burning like Nero. Look at what is going on, especially in Benue. Is that not enough provocation? That people that are not Nigerians are coming to Nigeria to kill Nigerians, and the federal government have the temerity to tell us that these people are not Nigerians. So, are you serious? And what happens? Non-Nigerians came here to kill Nigerians, and the federal government and the military have the temerity and they got to tell us that story without doing anything. What does that tell you, Esther?
Right,
we have not learned. We have told you that history does not repeat it. It is men that repeat history. By the time this thing will get to where it will get to now, Esther, all the people that caused the problem, all of them, they will deny. They will leave for the Igbo man and put it on his head. That is why I'm saying it here now. And you don't even want to understand what I'm saying. This thing that is happening now, we are raising the alarm so that the whole world will hear and know what is going on. Because when this thing will snowball into a bigger problem, they will look for the Igbo man.
We're trying to prevent it.
They will look for the Igbo man to put it on his head.
That it doesn't get to that point.
That's what I'm saying.
Pastor Darlington, as an elder, at this point in time, you know the history, you know what happened way back then. The pains are still there, the wounds are still there, but we've been able to move on. People have intermarried, people have migrated to other states. We're cohabitating. Although politics remains a major issue that destabilizes or puts a fray on our unity. So, in a sentence, what exactly do we do to ensure this doesn't continue? How do we help ourselves as a nation to become united? The president is not the president of a particular region. The president is the president of everybody, every region in this country. He cannot be everywhere. He cannot do it alone. That's why he has governors, he has ministers, he has aides. And even we as citizens have a responsibility to ensure that the country remains united. So, in a sentence, what should be done?
Good. Let us copy what Rwanda did after their genocide. They put certain law that nobody should be called a Tutsi or a Houthi.
Okay.
Is that not true? In America now, do they have tribe in America? An American is an American. Look at those people that have imbibed this culture where they are. They have moved on. Esther, how do you explain a situation whereby, because of politics, people now call themselves Omale, bastard?
President, on national radio.
No, is that not what happened? You don't want to say it. That's the problem.
No, you can't say so.
But you had it now. You had it. Is that not what they call Rose Vival? Is that not what they called him? For what reason? Is it an Igbo man that did that? The people that are doing this thing, call them out, Esther. Please, I don't want people to be... Call a spade a spade. That's the only way you can solve a problem. The people that are behind this thing, call them out. Call them out and punish them. So that others will learn a lesson. If you don't do that, then you don't want to solve the problem. It's as simple as that. There are people that are very good in this type of thing. You know them. By their fruits, we shall know them. Call them out so that and punish them so that there will be peace in Nigeria. But the moment you allow them, Esther, they will continue to work stronger.
All right, let's take reaction. 080-3692-9933, 080-3692-9933. Austin, can I have the phone, please? And the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338, 0817-1756-338. That is the WhatsApp number. And the number to call is 080-3692-9933. The phone, please. Please, the phone. All right, thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Yes, good evening. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Pastor Darlington. This is John Legend.
John, how are you?
Esther, my sister.
Good evening.
For me, on what I have seen in this Lagos, we don't need to ask ourselves how it is happening, because it has already happened to me. Did you know how I lost my shop, my former place? I didn't want to bring it up here, where I was staying in Ladepo before I relocate to where I am today. I didn't want to say it here because of what? Because I was an agent to Peter Obi. I was an agent to Peter Obi after the election. I didn't want to say what they did to me. So let's put that one aside. In terms of this thing we are talking about, we are like a sacrificial lamb. Igbos are like a sacrificial lamb, and we are the only people that are looking for peace. Yeah. We are the only reason of we are one Nigeria. If there is no Igbo man, I have lived in North. I know what brought me back to East. It's because of this the same thing. They almost killed me in North because I'm an Igbo. That is why when they are talking about this Boko Haram now, I'm surprised, because I know when they started killing Christians in Sabongeri, where we used to go church on 24th of December, on the night, even on Easter, how they used to come and massacre people. So all this is now, the Igbos are sacrificial lamb. Take it or leave it. Neither in the north or in the Yoruba land. Thank you.
All right. Again, I don't want the conversation to be stuck towards that. We're trying to move forward, Barrister Darlington.
Yes, we want to solve a problem.
We're trying to move forward.
Yeah, the only way to solve the problem.
Because we have endemic issues.
Esther,
we cannot move on as a nation with these bedeviling issues if we are not united.
Who brought it up? Have we not moved on? That was my question I asked you. Okay. Has you ever seen the Igbo man fighting over this nonsense? We have moved on since, but they keep bringing it up. During the election, you saw what they did to us. You are not talking about that. Did you retaliate to tell you that we have moved on? Is that not a practical example of what we are saying? Why are you not talking about it as if the Igbo man is the problem? We are not the problem at all. We are not. If all of them were to be like us, Nigeria will be paradise.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Truth from the town of Injustice.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome.
Greetings to Chief Dr. Prophet Darlington Barrister.
Well done, my brother. How are you?
Well done, sir.
Well done.
Esther has make you to talk the way other side today. Don't be annoyed, I beg. That's the word I'm saying, that the truth always is bitter. You are saying the truth.
I'm not a PC lady.
Exactly, because when you speak out the truth, the world, people hate you. They hate truth. That's why the truth is bitter. Darlington, you are helping this country. You are telling the masses the truth, but those who hate injustice, who hate what is right, they will be castigating you,
I don't mind
hammering you. You just continue for what you are doing. My belief is that one day the truth will prevail. And God will be with you, okay?
Thank you very much,
sir.
Truth.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. 08036929933. That is the number to call. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. That's the number to send your messages to. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome.
Barrister Darlington, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
This is Godfrey.
Mr.
Comrade
Godfrey.
Godfrey.
Calling from where, sir?
Yes, all right. Let me start with Barrister Darlington. Please, Barrister Darlington, I understand the feeling, but just take it easy. We know all of this game, but the problem I have with our analysis is that we are not hitting the point. We are not trying to go to know when the genesis of some of these things, like this division we are talking about, the ethnic, this ethnic drive thing. When did it start? PDP, the government of Obasanjo. Let us forget even the Biafran war and all of that, the military government. But since 1999, Nigeria was restoring itself. You will not tell me that from 1999 to 2015 that there was this much division.
At all.
So we should attribute this thing to APC since they came on board in 2015. That is not all of this became this bad. So we should always hit it on the nail. We hit the nail on the head, I mean.
Exactly. That's why I'm telling her to
so it is all about APC strategy. And look at what is happening in Lagos. Here we have been voting. I have been here since 1998. We have been voting in this Lagos. We have never seen it until 2015 when APC took over power. So we should always know where the problem started.
Don't mind them.
And then coming to...
Hello? All right, Mr. Godfrey, it's the network. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Michael from
Your name is?
Michael from Ikoto.
Michael, can you speak louder? I don't know if it's the network, but go ahead, though.
Exactly. You say Nigeria problem. Nigeria cannot never be better except we divide ourselves.
Who will divide us?
You can't call here to preach. You can't call on the platform to preach division, please. You can't. I beg you. Be careful. All right. You can't call on the platform to preach division. You can't call and say that. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello. All right, 08036929933. That's the number to call. And the WhatsApp number to send your messages to is 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
This is the Prince calling from VI.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
Barrister Darlington, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
Barrister Darlington, there's something I want to remind them concerning this. A little girl, can you remember a little girl that used ordinary people be campaign poster to fold her exercise book?
Yes.
During the campaign time.
Exactly.
This present campaign time.
Exactly.
And they dismiss that little girl that is not up to 2 years.
I'm telling you.
Because of that effect.
I'm telling you. And
I have been investigating, watching over the consequences, what they are going to do to that principle. Nothing to write home about. All the rest are history.
And these are people that want
to forget about that.
No, they will not. They will not. That is what we are talking about. And these are people who are preaching unity.
Back again. You see, the Northerners are using them very well. the game strategy, political game strategy to divide South, Southwest, Southeast, so that they will never be in unity.
And
They
when we
will
say
never
it,
come
they say they
together
will not talk.
to oppose them. Do you know that since Obasanjo, even when South, Southeast, Southwest come together in any election and make an input that, in fact, they used to win. Can I come during Obasanjo? Can I come during Yaradua? Can I come during Goodluck Jonathan? And they not are thinking that they have the total number that they could use politically. And if we calculate our 17 states, including the federal capital territory, making 18, you see that we equate it, we make it equal, and they cannot win.
Exactly.
Then why is it that we are allowing the possibility of being disunited? That is, we are not in unity. They are using the game strategy to put us aside, either South, East, Southwest, to make their own game, to gain us in the political. In fact, I don't really know. This is the time they need to come together. This is the time they need to join together. This is the time to need to bring this kind of game down so that we can do whatever we want to do. Let them sit together. Let them dine together in peace.
All right, thank you for calling.
Some people here will not allow it. They will
Hello,
not.
good evening. How are you?
They will not allow it.
How are you, sir? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Sorry for keeping
Good
you.
evening. How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm fine. Welcome.
I'm fine, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. There are 6 states within the Southwest region.
Okay.
And if I may ask, Esther, aside from Lagos State.
Don't ask me. Don't ask
Okay.
me.
A rhetorical question. Is there any other Western state, Southwestern state, that this is no man's land is happening? Is there any other state aside from Lagos State?
I wonder.
The answer is no. For you to know there is an agenda and we shouldn't fall for it. Lagos State is the only place where that phrase, the phrase, the Igbos want to take our land. It's only happening in Lagos State.
Exactly.
And it's been happening not 2023, way back. Ever since this Tinubu time, when he was governor, after whenever he wants to oppose his opposition, that is the phrase. They did it with Imagbaje. The records are there. So they want to spread this across Nigeria, across the Southwest, but they've been unable to do that. It's still in the only place where you find this Southwest is Yoruba's land is on social media and Lagos State.
Exactly. That's the fact.
Was there any attack on the Igbos in any other state? Before, during, and after the election? No.
It's only
so it is only in Lagos. So there's an agenda. We shouldn't fall for it. The Igbo man is not my problem. It's not the Southwest problem. The politicians, irrespective of their region, are the problems. They are just are part of the part of the elite now. They are quiet about this. You never see them speaking about this. This bigotry up and down. They won't because it favors them. They are using this divide and conquer method just as the colonialist.
Exactly.
But
so there's an agenda. There are agenda setters,
and it's wrong. It's like you're setting people up. It's dangerous.
That is the only method.
Dangerous. It's not good.
And that is why we must oppose it vehemently.
So
that has been the method of Lagos. The party in Lagos since 1999. Go and check. They have no other method. Exactly. They can't campaign with any other thing.
Meanwhile, the real people that have taken over Lagos land, though.
They are quiet about it.
They are the ones keep promoting this against the Igbos. You can see now deliberately
there's an agenda
to divert the attention from the real issue.
Of course, to distract. We are busy talking about ethnicity. You can imagine.
No,
when
it's stemming from what former President Olusegun actually said. He made that statement, earlier during the tactical meeting with the Nigerian army, and he raised up this. There's a reason he brought up this particular line of thought. He said that have we not learned from what happened? Disinformation actually caused the civil war. Propaganda, lies. These are the things that caused it. That's where the conversation started.
Those are APC's trademark.
He just
we know that. That's their trademark.
Exactly.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Exactly.
That is the method they've been using in Lagos State since 1999. They have no other method. So they're trying to spread it across.
Exactly.
On social media, they've been unable to do that in other southwestern region. It has been Lagos. And Lagos is no man's land. And so long we saw what he did during the election. We saw how they use those area boys. We the Yorubas that are against, they call us bastards.
Exactly.
So those are the facts on ground. They won't stop at it. That is the only method they understand. That's not predictable now.
So
why can't they come? Okay, look at your guest yesterday. Whenever he's been interviewed, even on Arise TV, he's always like that. So it's not new.
What are you saying?
Go and check all his interviews.
Make him
so
he's being sponsored.
No, you can't say
of course not.
He's being sponsored.
If he tell you he's not a member of any party,
no, come and let him come.
Allow Remy to talk. It's Remy's time to talk.
One reason I ask you, Esther, aside Lagos State, is there another region within the West that is pushing this agenda? If truly the Yorubas against Igbos, none. Just like your guest also said yesterday, these are distractions by the politicians. That's why they are tribe. This is the only thing they can use to divide us the more. People died in the thousands. This week, that ought to be the national issue we should be discussing.
I'm telling you.
But someone told you wrote a letter to Aneze. See, they want to distract us with so many things.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Every week with different.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening. How are you?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Welcome.
My name is John.
All right, John. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Igondo. From Igondo.
All right, John. Please go ahead.
What I want to say is that people are not taking what is going now. You see what is happening in the north. It's just a style of they want to what do I call it? They want to go out of Nigeria. Because when Biafra will start, the federal government put out their guns. They are facing the Biafra. Why don't they face the north now?
I wonder.
They want to succeed.
I wonder.
They are doing it. But they tell the federal government to face them, face them equally. They didn't face them, and this is generating come to the south now.
Exactly.
And you see, if you see when Tinubu got to power, you know they complain that he took all the what did they call it? The party, what did they call the NEPA or something? Defense. He took everything out from the comes to Lagos. Yes, he took everything. That's when they start to they want to succeed. But they are trained, they are fighting. It's about the federal government, the army. Since the north, this thing was quite since. And let me tell you, before the 23 election, there was one pastor. He tweeted in the phone. Everybody in my area, we got that. What do you call it? He said nobody should vote for this APC Tinubu because he saw what, because in the first day that he started distributing Peter Cola, the first day he entered this thing, and said four people are racing, and Tinubu is in the first place, and they took Tinubu to be the first person that win that race, and immediately they announced that the word that
hello.
Just start distributing bitter cola, and that's what he did the first day he was inaugurated.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know how to attribute what you just made reference to right now. I can't contextualize it, but I think I get your general gist. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, my sister.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir? What's your name?
Fine. My name is Joseph.
Tosin. Where's your location, please, Tosin?
From Afromedia. Joseph.
Oh, Joseph. All right, Joseph. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please. I want to thank my able brother, Pastor Barrister Darlington. Thank you. God bless you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
God will continue strengthening you and strengthen my sister Esther.
Amen.
Please, what I want to say concerning this ethnic things people are saying about in this country. We don't want anything that say let everybody go his own state or go wars. We don't want to divide. What we want is that let the government himself enter to this northern area, Benue State, catch all those people that are killing innocent souls. Do we not have this year Chief of Army Staff, Minister of Defense, the presidents, the senators, and the House of Rep that are representing people in the federal level. And the idea, allow the foreigners to come into this country and killing Nigerians. They are talking about Igbo, accusing Igbo people for nothing. Why all this is happening? Now I heard when you people are discussing about what the David Doe said that
it was we're talking about what stemmed the reaction, the afterward reaction. Somebody made a statement that was derogatory, and referring to the fact that why would Davido want to align himself with the Southeast, and then he came out to categorically say that he's Igbo by blood and all of that, and that was what's generated the whole
that's
situation.
where he made his choice.
I wonder.
That's where he made his choice. Love is blind. That's where the love carry him go. What of Igbo people that marry Yoruba?
Not just the marriage. I think his grandmom is also Igbo, so it's in his family.
Then why they are saying so?
And is he not a successful man?
He's a successful man.
No, is it not the Igbo lady that's behind it?
Please, my sister, for the social media, so I've been listening and following your distance. Like what the other man said yesterday, that is very, very annoying. I don't know why every time that man will come out here accusing him.
Thank you very much. We don't want to denigrate anybody. You've already said your point. Thank you very much. 08036929933. That's the number. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, good evening. How are you?
Fine, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Livini.
Your name is?
I'm calling from Bagada.
Hello, sir.
I'm hearing you. I'm calling from Bagada.
Oh, from Bagada. All right, sir. Please go ahead.
So, this is the first time I'm joining the program today.
Welcome. Welcome to the conversation. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. My opinion here, you know what happened for this country? Igbo is tired. So, Igbo said, I'll so the two, they try to bring Igbo down, them go die.
No, don't. You guys, be careful with what you utter on national radio now. Why?
No,
be decent. I beg you.
He's praying for them.
I know, but hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
My name is Nick, calling from Kotu.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. My regards to Barrister.
Thank you.
Barrister, God bless you for all you're doing.
Amen.
My advice is that you should watch your back because you are saying the raw truth and nothing but the truth. God will bless you.
Amen.
I don't want to take much of your time.
Yes.
But to remind us, we fought first Civil War. I think what is happening now is second Civil War in Nigeria.
There will be no civil war in Nigeria, please. So there will be no civil war again. So let's cut that out. I can hear you, sir, but let's cut it out, okay? There will be none. Let's not permutate it. Let's not speak it. There will be none in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much for calling. All right? Okay, so let me take some messages right about now. So I'm going to start from YouTube very briefly. I'll take some messages on YouTube before I come on to WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp family, please hold on, okay? I'll come to you. So let me start from the beginning. Chukwemeka Dennis. Good evening, Esther and Barsa Darlington. Okay, thank you very much. No, the more to stay here, you can come and get it later. Real TV, I saw it coming that Donald and Elon, love will not last. Both are very different in ideology. Elon was Dem supporter before he switched to Republican. Okay, thank you very much, Real TV. Thank you. Okay, I think this is about the volume. All right. Thank you very much. Tochiko Adele, good evening. You continue to fight a lost battle. Better put, lost love. If you've lost it already, why don't you move? What have been said about the President Tinubu and the APC appointment? Ngozi Ilu, Barrister Darlington, God will continue to strengthen you. All right. Tochiko, this call for unity will only hold at such a time when you have a government that can appoint anybody from anywhere to do jobs. In fact, it's even a better control to spread government officials at a time. Spreading it will solve insecurity because it will be difficult for all to agree and connive to unleash terror on the people. All right. Well done, Tochiko, for your message. Okay, Chukwemeka Dennis says, Barrister Darlington, FG is quick to take action on the people sponsoring Simon Ekpa, but couldn't do anything about the 400 terrorist names.
I wonder.
All right, White Lion says, Abraka Delta State need help before people go take laws into their hands for this kidnapping. No. All right, Okay, so Obasanjo says, Princess Esther, a reporter from another media house, was standing on that coastal road and reporting that the 30 kilometers has not been done straight away. It was in Bitso. Okay. All right. Joe Beak, Barrister Darlington, good evening, sir. Why I watch VOP is because of you.
Oh, my God.
All right. Angeles, Nigeria. Barrister Darlington is right. This flood and other disasters happening in Nigeria are not ordinary. We pray that worse disasters will not happen. Repentance is necessary at this point of our political life. Chukwuka Dennis, Barrister Darlington. Okay, I'm not going to read this. Joby, why every time Nigeria to move forward, Nigeria will never move forward? Water with oil can never match. Okay, well, we will continue to coexist. At this point in time, we have been coexisting. We have to work for the unity of the nation. Joe Big asked me, Esther, can you tell me why Nigeria is so beautiful? Nigeria is beautiful. It's a beautiful country. A peculiar nation, actually. If it comes for me to write a poem or reading about it, I would write a poem. It's a peculiar nation. There's no nation like Nigeria. So Nigeria is beautiful. All right, Joe Big, it's a beautiful country.
That was before terrorists came here.
Barrister Darlington, Nigeria is a beautiful country.
With terrorists,
Perpetua Wachuku, Barrister Darlington, please take some water. Calm down and don't let Nigeria problems give you BP.
Esther, I refuse to give me.
I'll give you more. Okay, Elvis Igabon, good evening, Esther. I want to. Oh, Elvis, okay. Send a message on WhatsApp, please. Joe Big, Barrister Darlington, you're a typical Igbo man. That is why we're different from others in Nigeria. That's why one Nigeria don't like Igbos because of truth. Pepe Chomachuku says, Esther, have you replaced Precious as APC woman leader? I beg, allow Barrister Darlington talk.
She will not.
Didn't you witness all sorts of names Labour Party governorship candidate was called in 2023 elections because of Indigo?
I wonder.
Okay, now wow.
I wonder.
Chukwu Bulam says, Esther, please stop putting words in Barrister's mouth. I love Barrister for standing for the truth. Esther, please, I'm happy the way you. I'm not happy the way you're cutting Barrister. Hey, now wow, it is well. Another APC woman cited in Esther Wachukwu. Hey, Wahala.
This one, you are the campaign director.
Una calm down, no.
Yeah, the campaign director.
Calm down.
Yeah, Tinubu's campaign director.
Now, wow, good evening to you, Esther. Mr. Darlington is not talking like an elderly man at all.
Can you imagine?
Your utterances can be very inciting as an elderly man. He should be speaking things that calms tension and not igniting it more. He is too tribalistic. He's not sounding like a true Nigerian. What caused all these issues had to do with the Igbo you said about Lagos being a no man's land. That triggered the whole issue.
Are you serious?
Don't start where you can't finish. Saying Lagos is no man's land was an insult and a slap on the Yorubas.
Are you serious?
All right. Okay. Mr. Darlington is an element of discord. President, do you want to respond?
Esther, you can see what we are talking about. The one they said about us is not enough to cause problem. It is when we now counter it, they will not pick it up. When did you not discuss about that no man's land issue here? Did you not trash it out here? It's even people who are non-Yorubas, who are non-Lagosians that are causing this problem. And I tell you, I say, go and trace their root. They are not the real Lagosian. So on what basis would they be telling Igbo to leave? Is that not what caused the problem? You say when they pinch you, it is good. But when you say, no, let me pinch you back, your own now become a problem. Why did the issue start? How did it start? Is it not during the same election, Esther? Remember, when they started saying Igbo should go and all that, people now say, why would we go? We built this Lagos when it was the federal capital territory. Our money and our tax were here. Our resources were here. So why would you ask us to go? Is that not what caused the problem? Look at how he had diverted it. Okay, all the things you have said about Igbo before, Uncle, what happened to that one?
It's time for me to take people's comments. Okay?
The one they did,
all this
Esther, hold on. All the time they told Igbo, if you can't vote for APC, leave, don't vote.
Okay.
Is that not what? Is that provocative, Abi? That one is not provocative,
Let me
Esther.
Read all the messages.
It's not provocative.
You've responded enough. Thank you, sir. All this tribal and ethnic rivalry and sentiment was not there during OBJ Yarodua and Jonathan's government. It all started from Buhari and Tinubu. These two men are the most tribalistic men in Nigeria.
You can see.
All those that are promoting ethnic and tribal sentiment and fight on social media are being sponsored. Their agenda is to divide and rule. Okay. All right. Please read my message. I want FG to know that we know what they are doing. Divide and rule tactics. All right, this person says, sometimes I wonder how such person became military chief with the kind of political amateur and unprofessional statements they make. The other day they said they need 30 drones to fight the terrorist. Big joke of the century. A hunter asking for 100 guns to kill some bunch of hyenas. Well, thank God the plane landed safely and the opposite didn't happen. It wouldn't have been a funny situation as some mischievous characters would stir evil narrative. Someone like Mr. Darlington would have said the pilot was sponsored by the APC to kill all opposition passengers on board. That God removed the APC hat from the pilot and replaced it with an opposition hat, and it's why the plane landed safely. That the pilot is not from the southwest or from the north or is a Muslim. I think Barrister Darlington may have lost it. How can he say the flood in Niger State was to punish the people? For what exactly? Are the politicians victims? Same poor people suffering from terrorism are still victims of the flood? And Barrister Darlington thought it's best to spill an unwise and disgusting low-grade narrative? Tay, Barrister Darlington, did you mean that the people are being punished for the flood in what respect? Or are you saying that due to the fact that preemptive measures were not taken at hand and the people are being punished for it?
Esther, when what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah happened, was it about poor or rich? This insecurity that's going on in the north today.
Barrister, I'm referring to the Mocha flooding.
I just said it now.
Are you not referring to the fact that preemptive measures were not taken to curtail this? Possibly preemptive measures were taken. There would have been a possible measure to avoid or possibly contain them somewhere.
Esther,
sir,
whether you like it or not, nature has a way of coming for revenge whenever you violate it.
President, we cannot attribute innocent lives were lost in this.
You have spilled so much blood. Esther, hold on, please, hold on. We have spilled so much blood in this country, and you are telling me that those blood will not be crying for vengeance? Is it possible?
Innocent people.
No, that is it now. Those innocent blood that you are wasting every day, they will cry for vengeance. It is a natural law. You can't run away from it.
Good evening.
We are even going to get more of what we have done. We get the result. More is coming.
Good evening, VOP. My name is Charles.
It's coming.
Let Barrister be coming down. Let him try and balance his analysis. Thank you very much, Charles, for your message. Good evening, VOP. By now, the three major tribes we had in the country is what we should be talking now. What we should be doing is to confluence and push away bandits that occupied our political sphere. Nigeria is a heterogeneous country like USA. Chukwueze Rahim from Ladigbo. All right, well done, Chukwueze. Good evening. Your guest is not talking like a learned person. He behaves like baby lawyer. You're supposed to reduce his chance to come to radio. Why can you react when you know you're right and you are talking like, okay? All right. Good evening, Barrister and Esther. Esther, my birthday mate. Thank you very much. I don't like the way you're sounding this evening. Or did you receive any token from these people? The 750-kilometer road, what they did is not up to 26 kilometers, and there's busy commissioning it and celebrating it everywhere. Busybody APC. Well done, Esther, my people in the studio. Namdi is my name from Ojota. So you guys, when I try to balance things, then it means I've collected money from APC.
The same thing with me.
Wahala.
Esther, please hold on. Let me say something. When Gani Fahimi was alive, Esther, in fact, I am not even doing 1/4 of what he did. I said 1/4. Gani, even his followers, they were calling him busybody. His fellow lawyers. Gani Fahimi will take up any matter. If that man were to be alive today, in fact, Tinubu will not do what he's doing. He will not. Gani will not allow it. Himself with Tai Sholari. I'm talking of firebrand in the southwest.
The military chief is telling Nigerians what they know, that military and other security agencies have been protesting those killing Nigerian people. The leaders of this Nigeria have never supported the laws of Nigeria to punish crime without being selective. That's the reason nothing is working in Nigeria. Chamara from Agbara. All right. Thank you, Barrister. You have my day today. This same man is the one that said he wanted to build 30-kilometer fence with $30 billion allegedly by Sahara reporters. You can cross-check the news. Thank you to have aired my view. My name is David from Ikorodu. Dave, Esther, you are the one that didn't move on in your station there. And mind you, you are not representing Igbo man that are selling their market at the Alaba International Market, Lagos Market. Why is it that no day you will not talk about, you need to desist from making derogatory comments? What are you talking about? Man.
Esther.
I can't understand these people. For
Esther,
real.
have you seen it? They don't want the problem to be discussed. They just want it, whatever they do, say it. I mean, accept it. Don't talk. You know, whatever they tell you, accept it. That's when you'll be a good boy. You can see Nigeria. That is why I will forever disagree with them. Esther, whatever they tell you, accept it. Hear no evil. See no evil and say no evil. That's what they want. Meanwhile, they have the prerogative to do whatever they like. You can see Nigeria. You can see it. Don't raise the issue so that it can be discussed. This one that Obasanjo is saying now, why didn't you go and confront Obasanjo and say, why would you want to bring up a matter that happened 50 years ago during the Civil War? You can see South Africa moved on. After Mandela came to office and there was Truth and Reconciliation Committee that was set up. Is that not true? They set it up to move on in life. Look at where they are now. But in Nigeria, we keep covering our problem. We keep covering our infamy, thinking that it will go away. Let me see how it will go away. Let me see.
All right, Barrister, if you're a woman, if I marry you, I pray that God keeps you, sir. I'm Dima from Agudo. Esther, good evening, Barrister Darlington. Father is a lion and he has a lion heart. Darlington is my twin brother. God will strengthen and protect you for us.
Amen.
Okay, hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
We're hearing you. Can you speak, please?
Oh, this kind of network issue.
All right. I think it's because you have something at your back end. I can actually hear you. It's like you're watching something. Okay. IK from Agbado, please stop. Okay. All right. IK from Agbado, please stop inviting Barrister Darlington. This man will destroy your station. I'm from Southeast. I don't like the way he's always talking off point. Paul
Okay,
from Mushin.
he says it's from the Southeast.
Yes.
To
Paul
claim to
from
be an
Mushin, there is no way expired drug can heal any sickness amalgamation of Nigeria. Hi, Esther. Do you know that I'm from Niger? My dad, he's from Kano. I got married to an Igbo wife and we have 3 children together. Mr. Barrister should understand that Nigeria can only stand strong if we focus more on unity, not individualizing our pains on air. Hello, Esther. Good evening. I stumbled on this station this morning and I must confess I've been glued to your station, Kudos. Very educative and enlightening. This is the first time I'm commenting on radio on political issues. It still beats my imagination as a Yoruba man why both the Southwest and the North kept dominating the presidency just because of late Ojukwu civil war. I honestly look forward to a day in my life when the Southeastern will be given the opportunity. Igbos are Nigerian Chinese, highly business-minded and enterprising. God bless Nigeria.
Thank God.
Okay.
Thank God.
Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. A man who doesn't know where the rain starts beating him will never know where it stops. We must discuss how our tribalism started and let our children know and tell them the disadvantages in it.
Exactly.
And also we need to discuss how insecurity started so we can solve the insecurity issues.
They said we should not
Chief
talk
Udo.
about it.
Good evening, Barrister Darlington. What you said is true. Igbos are good at keeping peace. That why anywhere Igbos find themselves, they like to develop that place. May Almighty Allah keep us together. Only Allah can integrate and bless our country. Chubweze Rahim from Ladipo. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Ima from Shasha Kunwajo. Only if all the tribes in Nigeria like Igbos, our problems will be nearly solved. Igbo will leave their region and go to other regions in development without minding that it is not their region. If you're traveling from Oka to Enugu, when you get to Ugwuoba in Oji River, there are trailers parked left and right owned by non-Igbos. They are messing up the highway with adults and children roaming around the whole place. Igbos has not found fault with them. These people will sell their goods. They can't pay for hotel or rent house so they can give back to the region. Igbo people cannot do it in another region. All right. Good evening, Esther and my able barrister. One thing I love most barristers said is that they can keep their 3 R's because we have moved on. Preach on, big bro. Truth is bitter, but it's reality. The Igbo man is the most peaceful Nigerian you can find. They always make a way for themselves. Was Oluomo or the monarch that threatened fire and brimstone reprimanded? Chike from Akute. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Anywhere we build in Lagos, we buy with our money. We don't forcefully occupy people's land. A lot of strangers are in Lagos because here was once a federal capital. In Abuja today, Yorubas are massively invested in Abuja because Abuja now serves as federal capital. Most of those who fight non-indigens or Lagos are not even Lagosians. Quite sad. From Musiomama Ungwa in Ebutemeta. Okay? Good evening, Esther and Honorable Barrister Darlington. Just want to greet both of you this evening. Please, Esther, the exact answer to your question is given to you and to Nigerians by the man in your studio. If truly you're seeking for solutions to solve and heal Nigerian problems, please listen to Barrister Darlington, for he has a solution as far as I'm concerned. The Igbos aren't the Yoruba people's problems. They are more gentle, mature, and industrious. Thanks. And Babiji from Oshodi. All right. The village thief said that he does not know where to turn his eyes. When he raises them up, people will say he is surveying the environment for operation in the night. When he closes them up, people will say he's thinking the next move. That is the position of the Igbo man in Nigeria. He will always be misunderstood and misrepresented. The narrative before was that Igbos don't come out to vote. Let them come out to vote and they will be accused of trying to take over the land. What a pity. Good evening, Esther. I'm Barrister Darlington. My name is Mr. Fred from Orili. I think that the Nigerian solution lies on our president leading by example. Do you know that when Tinubu was doing campaigns, he was using a lot of hate speeches at his old age? He said a lot of hate speeches at Mr. Peter Obi. But thank God how Mr. Peter Obi replied in his speeches with wisdom at old age. I wonder what he has planted in his children and others around him. Come to talk about how others are behaving to other people with tribalism. May God help our people. Thanks. Good evening, Barrister Darlington and Esther Machiko. In this tribal and ethnic division, the North and Southwest are using Southeast as a scapegoat. Whenever they want to settle their differences, they use Southeast by reminding themselves about the Biafran War. And that's why they don't want the Southeasterners to produce a president of this country. The fact is that they know that Igbo man will change this country for good. As for Wike and Tinubu, the reason they are still aligning is because Wike is still benefiting. Once the table turns, you will hear more. Casey from Ijesha. Barrister Darlington, what's your final take? We need to wrap up.
I want to say something. You know, it's always good. They say what
in a few seconds.
Esther, hold on.
In a few seconds.
Okay,
please,
you are taking the time. You are taking the time yourself.
Just in a few seconds.
They say that you are stopping me. This thing you said about Elon Musk and Donald Trump, I will find time to deal with it, because as with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, so it is with Wike and Tinubu. Do you know that up to now, nobody from a particular region sees anything wrong with what Wike is doing with Tinubu? They didn't see anything wrong. The day they will fall out now, Esther.
Yes, sir.
They will use the Igbo man. They will say Wike is an Igbo man. Look at how he betrayed Tinubu. That's what the Igbos do. They betrayed their master. Look at how Tinubu brought him into governance. Look at how he betrayed Tinubu. That time, Wike will become an Igbo man. Go and mark my word. When the day this thing will boom, because I know it will. No evil alliance lasts forever, Esther. No evil alliance lasts forever. It can never happen. Elon Musk thought that he was helping Donald Trump to become the president. Now look at it. Because that thing was evil, ill-motivated. Look at the result.
He said it. He said it that I made you become the president.
Oh, you said he said it. The Wike said the same thing. That Tinubu is not a god.
Yeah.
That they made him to. Yes, so what are you expecting? It will happen, because I know evil alliance doesn't last. At a point they will scatter. Right, the Bible said they will come against me one way, but they scatter in 7 ways. It has been there. Nobody can change it. The day it will happen, let them not call the Igbo man. That's what I'm saying here. I've said it now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Barrister Darlington. Please calm down. Take more. Tomorrow is Salah, so that we can eat ram. All right, with the
What is the ram? Can they buy it?
Don't worry, you'll get ram. Roasted, fine, fresh one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to wrap up. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. We'll continue tomorrow, being a public holiday. We'll be celebrating. We hope that tomorrow turns out to be good. Have yourself an amazing evening. My name is Esther Machiko. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903FM. Follow all our social media handles at VOP903FM to have yourself an amazing evening. Bye for now.